Hello friends and investors. Hello, Michael here, doing this video here for you to talk about our portfolio and our investment, our crypto investment that we have, your investment, your portfolio. And I'm coming to you live from Mexico. In an Airbnb. It's like 8 o'clock at night, and I wanted to do this video. I want to do more videos for you and just talk about what's happening right now in Bitcoin and crypto. So a lot of things have happened, and it's all centered around one argument. So, this is going to be news for a lot of you, and maybe for some of you it won't be. It's going to be a little interesting. We're going to get into a few topics here, so strap in, take some time if you can watch this video, together with your spouse, and enjoy, sit back and relax. So I'm going to share I got my screen that I'm sharing here. And, first I want to say that, I'm really happy with the investment and the progress that we've done and the returns and the results. And this is the Bitcoin chart recently for the last, 5 months or so. And I was looking at one client's portfolio, and one client 1 year ago invested and started her portfolio, and she put in 25,000, and right now that portfolio is sitting at about 97,000. So I'm really happy with that. Personally, I'm extremely happy with that and proud of the work that we're able to do and the service I'm able to provide you. I was talking with 2 friends last night who also have a portfolio, some childhood friends of mine. You guys know who you are. And they put in about was it about 8 months ago? About 8 months ago, they put in, I think it was 20,000 or they started with one amount and then they added more over time. And then I had noticed that their portfolio is also more than doubled to about 55,000, and they withdrew due to some needs. So really proud of the investment and the market and everything as a whole, long-term big picture. This video is about the recent drop that occurred. So recently there was a drop in the last few days, just 2 days or so, a drop in Bitcoin's price from about 20%. So a 20% drop, it does happen, as you can see. It does happen. It has happened in the past. Here's a drop in the beginning of the year, 23%. Here's a drop as well, 25%. Let's see if we can get that right there. 20 should show a little further there, 25% right there. Pause the video if you need to. Here's another drop here in March, coronavirus drop, right? 17%. And here's another drop in April, which just happened recently, 25%. But this is actually kind of normal, actually quite normal for crypto to do this and Bitcoin to do this. This one's a little frustrating because of our friend Elon Musk. So this tweet came out just yesterday, and this is what caused the most recent dip and crash and dump. Now, we're going to explore a few topics in this video. I like the idea of doing these videos with you more because I like sharing. I love sharing, and it's the most powerful force in the universe because it teaches and we all grow and learn together. So this tweet caused a big uproar, caused a big dip in the market in Bitcoin. So this is unfortunate because I'm a big fan of Elon Musk, and I think a lot of us are big fans of Elon Musk. And this tweet and this announcement is pure FUD, okay? False uncertainty and doubt, FUD, okay? It's basically propaganda, it's marketing, it's nonsense, it's nonsensical garbage that is designed to drop the prices and create fear and uncertainty and doubt. FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. That's actually the better definition. So remember, FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. A lot of what's happening with coronavirus right now is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Still a 99% survival rate, okay? Cases, sure, but no deaths, okay? So, or very minimal deaths, rather. Sorry, I know people are dying, very minimal deaths. Still a 99% survival rate. Anyway, FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. That's what this is. So pause this video and just read the tweet for a second, okay? And then here's this tweet right after. Unfortunately, Elon Musk contradicts himself a lot. Okay, and unfortunately, this argument about the energy consumption of Bitcoin, unfortunately, is total nonsense and it's total garbage. And it's really, really funny. It's really, really interesting and really, really funny because a month ago, my brother-in-law sent me this link in this article here, okay? Check this headline out, okay? Remember, headlines are just marketing, it's just propaganda, it's just FUD. It's so that these businesses and these companies get clicks. You know, it's economics. They're in it for the clicks. They're in it for the eyeballs. They want your eyeballs. So they do sensationalist headlines. So here's back in April, okay? Countries are no longer about to ignore its huge carbon footprint. So this article talks about the energy consumption that Bitcoin uses, okay? He says it will be ugly and there will be nothing there. Well, just remember, Bitcoin has been proposed and called dead. The market and websites and companies like this have called Bitcoin dead over about 400 times historically, okay? And remember, this is where Bitcoins come from. Let me just quickly give you let's pull up a monthly chart here. This is Bitcoin. This is how dead Bitcoin is, and this is how dead Bitcoin has been. So it's gone from, you know, in 2017, $2,500 US dollars to 19,000 to 35 or 3,700, back up to 13,000. And let's just remember where we are now in the last 8 months, 12,000 US dollars to 63,000 US dollars to right now 50,000 US dollars. Okay, and this is healthy. This kind of up down growth is healthy. It means there's adoption. It means there's real value, real belief in it, and more money coming into the space. Okay, so you've heard me have conversations with you before, you know, on videos or emails or WhatsApp messages or phone calls where we've talked about Bitcoin and the adoption. And you know, if you've been with us for, you know, if you've been in this investment for a year, 2 years, some of you 8 months, 6 months, you've heard me talk about these days where everything that I've said has come true. Everything that I said would happen and predicted would happen a few years ago has come true. Institutions are on board, PayPal, big banks, you know, big companies buying Bitcoin, holding it in their balance sheets, adoption, like mass adoption. You know, you can buy Bitcoin on Wealthsimple now. You can buy Bitcoin on Robinhood. You can buy it on PayPal. All these things that I said would happen have happened. What's unfortunate is this nonsense about the climate change and Bitcoin's energy usage. So again, let me go back. Let me go back to my brother-in-law who sent me that message. And this is the message that I sent him. So I found this link quickly right after, okay? If we are to compare, look at this highlight here. If we are to compare Bitcoin with the existing consumption of the banking system, it's still much lower. Let's read that again. If we're to compare it with the existing consumption of the banking system, it's still much lower. The energy consumption in the existing conventional system, including central banks, payment systems, banks, money itself, never mind like, oh my God, ATMs all over the world, like everything, all of it. Its total result is greater in carbon footprints. Okay, that is a fact, and that is overlooked. It's not talked about. So unfortunately, you know, Elon Musk's tweet and the guy, unfortunately, you know, it's just fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Now, here's the other thing that I talk to some of you about. I talk about the fact that all these big companies and institutions, they're all in on it together, okay? If you doubt what I'm saying, you know, we'll have to, I've already watched the documentaries and read the books, but you'll have to watch documentaries like Margin Call and The Big Short to really understand just how in bed all these companies, figureheads, politicians, and institutions are together. Okay, another book that also proves it is Confessions of an Economic Hitman. And this is a book that I read. I highly recommend Googling it. This is a book that I read that talks about how in league and in bed institutions, banks, private military corporations, the CIA, governments are all in bed with each other. This is a well-documented book. NSA operative and a CIA person came out and wrote this book and talked about how all these organizations and institutions are in bed with each other, okay? So unfortunately here, Elon Musk contradicts himself. Now, here's another thing to to know and to think about is right here. People also don't, unfortunately, do enough research. They just read the headlines and they just buy the hype, and they just follow the hype. And what's not talked about is stated right here by the University of Cambridge. The University of Cambridge, which is not some small peanut university. It's not like U of T or York, which, Toronto-based university. Researchers found that 76% of crypto miners rely on some degree of renewable energy to power their operations. This is not dirty energy. This is not coal energy, okay? Still room for improvement, of course. Remember, this is still a new industry. It's still a new technology. It's only 11 years old. Renewables account for just 39% of crypto mining's total energy consumption. That's pretty awesome. 39% of the total energy consumption is from renewable energy. That's amazing. Now, here we have the sources and the breakdowns here by percentages. So hydroelectric, which is water-based, dams like Niagara Falls and the Las Vegas dam, is 65% hydroelectric. So that's water-based, okay? North America, Asia Pacific, Europe and Latin America and the Caribbean. Now, I've been in this industry and I've been in this space enough to know that the biggest producers of Bitcoin exclusively are China and Iceland and America, pretty much the biggest. Iceland is 100% geothermal. So this is geothermal right here. Look at this. You also have solar and wind, which are also renewable too, okay? So geothermal is Iceland. It's a large part of it. I don't know why it's not in the European category, but there are big companies that have gone to Iceland, which is 100% geothermals, those geysers and those hot gases and things like that. And also hydroelectric too, they have. So, oh, look, I can zoom in. Hydroelectric is mostly coming from China. Most of China's Bitcoin mining is coming from hydroelectric use. They have entire provinces, imagine entire provinces that do not charge for electricity because they have so much hydroelectric energy that they don't charge their citizens any hydro. So imagine not having to pay a hydro bill ever and living in that part of China. So there are specific provinces where the whole province is run on hydroelectric energy, which is renewable. Okay, it's water just recycling through like turbines, right? That's what hydroelectric is. So it's stated here. It's the majority. It's the top. So it's highly unfortunate. It's really disappointing. Actually, I'm less of a fan of Elon Musk now because of this propaganda that he's unfortunately touting. Now, the unfortunate thing is like I said, they're all connected. So it's highly convenient that the drop in the price happened when the tweet happened. Now, here's what's really funny about this. What's so amazing about Bitcoin and blockchain, remember blockchain technology, what's so amazing about it is that everything's transparent. Everything's transparent. So we can see in the blockchain just how transparent everything is, where the money's moving and where the money's going. Okay, so right now we see a lot of what's called outflows or movement off of exchanges. So Bitcoin is being purchased right now at these low prices, and it's being moved from exchanges to the accounts of businesses, corporations, and people. Okay, so forgive me if I'm saying a lot and I'm talking a lot. I subscribe to different services and I pay different fees. You pay me a fee to manage the investment and to manage your money for you. And I pay different memberships and services that I'm a part of to know what's going on and be informed, right? So here's what's happening. These guys here, I like these guys a lot. Jarvis or Ben Lilly, this is the guy's name from Espresso is his newsletter. So he says, one of the most influential figures of our time who is believed to be an advocate for Bitcoin dropped the bomb. He's talking about Elon Musk. We don't want to get into the details, blah, blah, blah. We're trying to find our way of things, basically. People feel like we're on shaky ground. Thankfully, we've diversified our portfolio, so it's not strictly Bitcoin. It's several different currencies, so our assets are protected. And when there is a drop in Bitcoin's price, we don't feel it as much. One of the benefits of diversification, okay? Now, so on the thread of Bitcoin and blockchain being public, these guys know of this major account holder. They call him Pablo. Okay, they named him Pablo a while ago. Pablo is like one of the biggest holders of Bitcoin. It's an unknown person. It's a nickname, Pablo Escobar. It's a nickname, but this person was responsible for the market dropping 57% earlier in March, not coronavirus, they said. So based on their research, okay? Now here, they're saying, listen to this. Pablo, this guy, this person, man or woman, made 3 transactions this week. He or she sent, they call him he for Pablo, sent, 2,000 Bitcoins, which is a boatload of money, another 2,000 Bitcoins, and then 4,000 Bitcoin before Elon opened up with the tweet. Did Pablo know about the tweet prior to it coming out? We don't know, but it's entirely possible. It's entirely realistic and possible because there are no coincidences. So isn't this funny? So they can see through the public blockchain that 4,000 Bitcoin moved before this happened. Now, how on earth does that happen, you guys? There's just no such thing as coincidences. This analyst, which they analyze the data very, 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 very thoroughly, they say it's clear whoever they were seems to know about the big news before it hits the airwaves. Each time they seem to time the market, which is impossible. It's impossible to time the market. Each time they seem to time the market and avoid major sell-offs. So yeah, so basically what's happening right now is that this is not a coincidence, okay? If you just repeat and rinse, buy low, sell high, you can make a ton of money, okay? Like a massive amount of money, especially when you're playing with large amounts of dollars, okay? So if you can, as I mentioned, I have a trading course where I teach people how to trade. If you can buy low and sell high and rinse and repeat, you really can make a fortune. So this person is doing it. Some people are doing it. Some groups are doing it. It's happening. There are no coincidences, okay? I also feel that basically Bitcoin is under attack right now, okay? And there's a theory behind this as well. But for now, I'm going to mention this video. I'm going to link this video in the description. You can check out this video here, and you can see for yourself. I already know about this, the truth, the reality. I already know about the FUD, okay? And I already know the truth. So this video is great, actually, because this video goes through the data. Again, the numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie and data does not lie. They tell a story. So people often, unfortunately, are lazy to do their own fact checking. They're lazy to do their own research. So they spread the FUD. Like my brother-in-law, God bless him, I love him. He's a fantastic guy, a hell of a human being. He doesn't know about Bitcoin. He doesn't know much about Bitcoin or crypto. I've talked to him years ago about crypto and about Bitcoin. He could have made 400% on his money easily in the last few years had he jumped in when I recommended it, right? Just a few years ago. Even just 4 years ago, but he didn't, and that's okay. That's totally fine. It's all good, and that's just on one coin. There's other coins that make more, right? But anyway, people don't do their own research. So I share this with you. I share with you my points of view. I'm going to wrap up this video in a minute. I'm going to put the link to this video in the description so you can get it and so you can read it in the email here, and go through this video and just check it out, because you're gonna, as people are buying crypto, as your friends know, if they know you're in crypto, if you're invested in the portfolio with me, they're going to know that you're in this, and they're going to say, oh, it's bad. They're going to give you the environmental argument, and they're going to try and make it seem like it's bad and that sort of thing. And it's really not. It's really, 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 really not. Also, we still need to fundamentally remember that the fiat financial system is a broken system, and it's a corrupt, debt-based, slavery-based system, and so we need to remember that too. And Bitcoin has the potential, and crypto has the potential to uncouple and unlock and unchain ourselves and unlink ourselves from that decrepit, old, debt-based, decaying, fiat-based financial system, okay, which is about to go through boatloads of inflation. So If you don't know what I'm talking about, then take my, I'll put a link to a free course as well where I talk about the financial wake-up call. And that's a free course, 2 hours, go through it. You'll love it. It'll blow your mind, and you'll be incredibly grateful that you spent the 2 hours to do that course. So anyway, look for those links in the description. Check this video out as well. In an overall sense, I find and I feel that Bitcoin is under attack. Now, let me share my theory with you about this, and I'll stop sharing here. Let me share with you my theory about this, okay? I'm a pretty well-educated person. I consider myself a pretty well-researched and a pretty well-educated person. I read books, something no one does anymore. I watch documentaries. I watch documentaries about money. I've got a solid financial background and financial education from my parents, from my licensing in Ontario with my financial advising license. And I study the markets, and I study all these things. And I study not politics, but history and governments. And here's a cool book I'm gonna read right now as well. Narconomics. I'm here in Mexico, right? So this is a cool book I found on my friend's bookshelf. They let me borrow it. Narconomics, how to run a drug cartel. I don't want to run a drug cartel, but it's really cool because it says debates about drug trafficking and the government policies used to contain it have been long dominated by the perspectives of lawyers, doctors, and police officers. In this fun to read dissection of the drug trade, the author unveils the inner workings of the vast, highly profitable, and sophisticated business enterprise that the drug trade actually is. After reading this book, you will think about drug trafficking in a completely different and more realistic way. A must read. Come on, just sounds like a great read, right? If you like to read. So anyway, it's a business book about business, not a good business, obviously, cartels. But anyway, what I understand, what I feel right now, and this is a combination of my intuition and my knowledge, is I feel that Bitcoin is under attack because Bitcoin is being marketed and purported as a China coin. If you know Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, the Canadian guy on Shark Tank, he's been going around on the media circuit, on the news circuit the last few months, calling Bitcoin a China coin. And they're trying to discourage people from buying Bitcoin because it's mostly mined in China. Like 65% of Bitcoin is mined in China. The Chinese are smart, and the Chinese are at war with America. Okay, so it's kind of like, you know, I like to say the enemy of your enemy is your friend. So if China is America's enemy and America is trying to take over the world, then China is kind of my friend, because America is trying to take over the world, if you haven't noticed. They're the only country that's invaded the most countries on the planet, okay, under the guise of peace, which is worse. Anyway, that's a topic for another story. But anyway, if China is America's enemy, and China is now competing with America to be the global financial superpower of the world, then America is going to do everything it can to derail China and to discourage people from being connected to or investing in or supporting China, which is really weird and backwards because, you know, China makes like 80% of America's goods, right? Like all the manufactured goods for Walmart and everything come from China, right? So it's really funny and weird and odd that America would do that with China. But as you read these books that I read, and as you watch these documentaries that I watch, and as you piece together these pieces of the puzzle, you find that America is at war with China. Without a doubt. You just have to turn on the news for like a day and a half and you'll see that America's at war with China. So I'm pretty certain and convinced that right now Bitcoin's under attack, and Elon Musk's tweet is part of that. You know, I tap into a lot of different networks and circles, and this is what you pay me for, is to be knowledgeable and to be you know, educated and be in the know. And a lot of people have been saying that Elon Musk is you know, just like a bit of a puppet and a bit of a tool that the big institutions use, because so many people listen to him. So it's unfortunate, but I'm discouraged and I'm a little displeased with Elon, because I used to really, really admire him as well. And I just don't like it. So I don't like the tweet. I don't like the comment. I don't like the fact that one person can have so much clout. I don't think that's a good thing. One person should not have too much power. A great philosopher said, absolute power corrupts absolutely. And so I want to end the video just hopefully to stir your mind and get you thinking and share my opinions and share my thoughts. And now you know how my mind kind of works and the depth of which through I think things and the different data points that I extract from. So welcome to my brain. Welcome to my mind. And I did this video to share with you about what's happening in Bitcoin and let you know that although there may be some small dips right now in the short term, we're secure and we're solid because we're diversified in different coins and in the long term in the portfolio. And these dips are nothing to be afraid of. As you've seen, the charts I just showed you earlier in the video, the ups and downs are normal. You know that crypto is volatile, but you know that in the long term, in the last year, 2 years, we've been very, very profitable, as I mentioned, taking one account from 25K to 97K and another account, about 20K with deposits and withdrawals, still now 55K, even though large withdrawals occurred for these people. And there's even other accounts that are even larger that have been invested even longer. So I just wanted to do this video just to give you my thoughts and talk to you about what's happening right now and give you a brighter, more realistic picture as your friends and family may talk to you about this environmental impact of crypto and Bitcoin, which is nonsense. Just do a quick Google search on the environmental impact of fracking and the oil drilling industry and oil wells and all those things. It's just nonsense. Just FUD. Don't buy the FUD. Don't buy the hype. Do what you know is right. Follow your gut as always. Do the research or listen to my research. I do have videos on my YouTube channel. I'll put a link there. You can subscribe to that as well. Thanks for watching. As you know, I like to talk, so this video went long and hope it was beneficial for you. Tell me your thoughts, give me your feedback and your comments. Always here for you. Thanks so much. Hope you have a great day, great week, and a great night.